Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Spy Family, episode 2. Um, I forgot what the episode was though, but regardless of that though, I also really just like Shikimori right now. I'm enjoying the show. I think I've enjoyed the show a lot more, but because first of all, I think our guy Twilight, who goes by the name of Lloyd now, with Yor. These two are really going to play really well, especially with Anya as well. I think this is going to be the best like anime family we can see. Not a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife though, but a family. Yeah, I would say a family because it's called Spy Family, right? I think this is going to be the best family I'm going to see in anime as of recent, and also which like I said, this is gonna be a lot of episodes though, but it's gonna be split up though. It's like the second half of this season is gonna come back in the fall, which I'll be patient for because time goes by so fast. So it'll be here before you know it though, right? So I'm glad it's gonna be split apart. So take a break right from the first half, then we concentrate on some other ones I'll be doing though. But I'll look forward for the second half of it that comes out later in the fall. But our characters, Yor and Lloyd, I'll call him by Lloyd because he's going by that name though. But we know his code name is Twilight. But these two are already hitting it off already. So start with our guy, our guy Lloyd, still trying to find a proper wife, still, to do the interview going to the school, right? And Anya being so adorable as usual. And with our girl Yor, she's an assassin. She can kill people. She's a badass, right? She's a badass and kill people, like she did. She took out this room full of guys, right? But underneath that hardcore badass of an assassin, she's a really good woman. She has a good heart, right? Because she cares about she has a younger brother who she really cares for, in which I don't think that her brother, from what I see from when she's on the phone though, I don't think that her younger brother knows that she's an assassin. I don't think he does because he's talking to her like how there's this party that he wants her to go to, for his promotion, right? And he assumes that she has a boyfriend, right? Why don't you bring him along to the party, right? And get so I can get this promotion. But he's like, oh, well, I'm not sure though, but you know what? Think of it. She has a good heart, definitely, and she'll decide to go to it for her brother's sake, right? It looks like that she will do anything for her brother, and I was actually talking with some co-workers that think, oh well, you have good looks, you have a good figure, right? You sure make an impression. Um, and which went out later, especially the one who invited her to the party, this blonde named Camilla, which turns out later in the episode she turns out to be a real bitch. Which I wish Yor would have beat the shit out of her, But but I'll get to that though. But anyway, at the tailor shop, like Lloyd is giving like Anya like a little measurements of her outfit, right? And then his informant, is getting all these papers of what some woman, for him to portray as his wife, right? But none of them seems to fit his fancy until when Yor walks in, which it catches him off guard because since they're both well trained, like he kind of like let his guard down away because like, oh wait, how did she know that I was staring in her direction? How did she notice that? And like how when she knows that, oh, were you staring? Were you just looking at me? I know like how both these two are gonna hit off instantly. They are, and when she asked, especially when she asked him to pretend to be my boyfriend to go to this party with, and do that in exchange, I need you to be my wife. And you have Anya listening to all this because remember, she can read minds. So she's reading the minds of both of them. And she's like, this is so awesome, basically, because my dad can be is a spy, and my new mama to be, right, is an assassin, and she's reading, especially when she's reading, when she's reading Yor's mind, so it's like, she's an assassin, and my dad's like, this is awesome, basically. I mean, Anya is so adorable. I mean, I just can't help but just love her a lot, especially because, like I said, she's reading minds, and which eventually she's going to tell them, but not right now though. And then she starts saying, "Oh, I'm so lonely. I want to have a mama." Right? I mean, like, she's just warming our guys' hearts, right? I mean, especially since he was a hardcore spy, right? He's kind of like feeling, like I said, he's being more relaxed now because he's being more opening up basically to more when she's around, right? And upon going out to when he agrees to go to this party, he has to do this little heist thing to steal all these paintings and stuff, right? And while she's waiting for him, and during the heist, right, he's like, I have no time for this, so he just goes all full out speeding, taking all these guys out very fast, like he's basically like he's Sonic, right? He says so fast, and then during the car chase, they crash, right? But it cuts away. Party when then those coworker or workers, whatever, when that Yor was with, right? Now they're behind her, just behind her back, right? They're just talking shit about her. It's like, she had no boyfriend, whatever, she's this and that, right? Useless or whatever. They're just, I'm like, wow, these especially all these girls are supposed to be her co-worker friends, right? They're just talking shit about her, especially the blonde, right? Oh, maybe the guy's a spy and all that stuff, which making an assumption there, but and especially with the one woman, Camilla, the blonde, has her man, you can say. The guy walks up to her and says, oh hey, just being nice, just being a nice, friendly guy, right? And saying that you're wants to tell him to give this message to my brother, right? That was all she did, and of course the woman, the blonde, being a total bitch, basically. I'm like, I wish she would just kicked her ass right then and there. And then just when she was gonna leave, he shows up. He's a little bit bloodied up, right? And of course he makes the story that he's a therapist, right? So, one of my patients lashed out at me, and so, but instead of saying boyfriend, he mistakenly says I'm her husband. And then the one bitch, blonde Camilla, I was like, oh wait, well, I am not buying this. How can she already be married and all that? So basically, I'm just gonna mess her up on purpose, like carry this hot plate of hors d'oeuvres, right, and just purposely fall and just get it on her dress, right? But no, she like I said, being the badass she is, George goes and catches it with her leg, and is like, oh well, you should be so flexible. She's so flexible and all that stuff, right? And Lloyd. So, oh yeah, that was a nice catch. You don't need to mess the dress up, all that stuff, or waste food, right? And just basically made an ass out of her. So, but yeah, and then afterwards, and then it's like when the some guys from the heist that he was at earlier, they're after him, and he's beating all of them up, and she's like, are you sure it's hitting your patients like that? I mean, this is even the point. It's gonna be the point where they're gonna know who each other. They're eventually gonna know who they really are, right? Like, know the truth about each other eventually, though, right? And of course, it's probably gonna be a time where maybe they're end up betraying each other. I don't see that's gonna be the point in this case in this series. I mean, eventually they're gonna know the truth about each other, especially also the truth about Anya eventually, though. But I don't think that's not gonna happen though, because they're explaining I can see already the chemistry already built up between the two of them, right? Like, I would say like a not instant love relationship though, but I can see the looks these two each other gives off of. I can see it already because, like I said, they're both agents working in different organizations, right? And the routine how they cannot be there's no relationships in this business, you can say. they have to let things. They have to let things go eventually. But I don't think it won't be the case though. Maybe eventually they will just keep this relationship. Despite being on the two opposites of the spectrum of businesses, right? But we'll see how that relationship plays out because I think that's not going to happen. But we'll have to wait and see it later on in the series though. But I don't think that's not going to happen though because I already see the relationship already building between the two of them, right? And especially when he was going to give her the ring, because since she said let's be a husband and wife and husband for now for both our sakes, and he was going to give her the ring because he took a ring during that heist though. He was going to give that to Yor, right? But then his pocket got ripped and he lost it, so he decides to give her a grenade pin instead as the ring. Which that was pretty funny too, but eventually he will have to give her a proper ring though. But I think the whole grenade pin that was gonna worked pretty really well and funny too though. So I'm loving this family already. This shows. There are various shows like I said I'm already giving 10 out of 10s for. I'm already giving this show a 10 out of 10 because I've enjoyed like this with Anna and Lloyd and Yor. This is gonna be a really great family. And now that Anya's gonna really love how she's loving how a spy has her gonna be her mama and papa basically. I'm really loving this family already, and I'll see how this whole family's gonna in relationship how they're both working for both of their worlds and all that stuff, right? And especially the next episode how they're gonna do with that interview at that school because that's what Twilight or Lloyd's mission is to get into that school with this guy to get this guy. That's part of his mission, right? So, look for how that next episode or that next mission is going to go to in the next episode. So, yeah, but Spy Family, I'm enjoying this show a lot now. I would say it's already a 10 out of 10 for me, just calling out right now. But yeah, the Spy Family is already being a really good series already. I would say it's already, especially with our three main characters, it's already 10 out of 10 already. Like I said, how being a hardcore spy, but he's now more open. He's opened up more, especially with Anya around and him. But you can see how he just cracked when they were being chased. Like, will you? And it's like when they're being chased, and it's like, will you marry me? And he goes like, oh, and then falls down. And with Yor, she even though despite being a badass assassin, she's also has a really good heart because, like I said, but always willing to help her brother. She has a good soft side of her, especially with her family, because she's the only family he has is her brother, right? So I think these two are already working so well together. The chemistry relationship they are having, especially with Anya around, is going to be a really great series as well. So, but yeah. But more on that though. But that's my review on episode 2 for Spy Family. I forgot the name of the title already though. But it's still a great second episode. I'm looking forward to seeing more. So, but thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next episode review, and we'll see y'all later.